In this video, you will learn how to design and share a presentation in Google Slides. Teachers often display a slide at the beginning of a class with an entrance task, a learning target, or other general instructions for the day. As an example, we will create a daily lesson overview and a unit planner. Google Slides makes it possible to create and easily share this information with your students. To create a Google Slide, click on the New button in Google Drive. You could also use the Google menu to go to the Slides homepage. On the Slides page, you will see all of the slide presentations you've created and a template gallery like the one you saw in Google Docs. There are some templates to choose from, but let's create a new blank presentation by clicking on the blank image with the plus sign. Once the page opens, you can choose a theme for your slides. A theme pairs colors, fonts, and layouts together to give your presentation a professional feel. I just want to create a simple table of information, so I'm going to stick with the basic theme and design it on my own. Let's start by changing the layout of the slide to make room for a table to enter my lesson information. You can do this by clicking on the Layout drop-down menu. I want to use the title-only layout with a small heading. In the heading, I will write the date of the lesson and the lesson title. Now I will insert a 2x3 table where I will enter my learning target, entrance task, and homework assignment for the day. To save time, I'll pause while I enter that information. Now that I have the information for my lesson entered, I want to add links for the students to navigate to specific web pages. To add a link, highlight the text where you want the link to be and click on the Link button. Type or paste the link to the web page in the box and then press Apply. Let's add another link for students to watch a Khan Academy video. To give the slide a little pizzazz, I can add an image. Press the Insert menu and choose Image, and I'm going to search for an image of a target. When you find the one you like, click on it and press the Select button. I'm also going to add a little color to the table to separate the headings of the rows. Select the entire first column and choose a color by clicking on the Fill Color menu. You can also add slide animations like you could in a PowerPoint. I'm going to make the title fly in from the right when someone views the slide. Click on the Insert menu and then choose Animation to add animations. Use the drop-down menu to find the animation you want and then choose when you want it to happen and how fast. You can click play to preview the animation to make sure it looks right. For the next day, instead of deleting the information on the slide to create the next lesson, I can quickly copy it and make the necessary changes. This way my students could see information from both lessons. If you right-click in the slide area, you will see options to copy and paste a slide or to add a new slide. You could also use the keyboard shortcuts, such as pressing Ctrl and M at the same time to get a new slide. The idea behind this unit planner would be to have a slide for each day or lesson of the unit. I'm also going to create another slide to use as my first slide so that students can use it to navigate quickly to each lesson. For this slide, I'm going to use a slide that I've already created in PowerPoint. Before I started using Google Slides, I used PowerPoint heavily. Fortunately, Google Slides makes it very easy to import slides from PowerPoint into Google Slides. If you add a PowerPoint file to Google Drive, you can simply right-click on it and open it with Google Slides, which will create a new copy of the file in Google Drive. If you want to import one or two slides, it may be best to use the Import feature. Click on the File menu and then choose Import Slides. Here you can add slides from other presentations saved to your Google Drive or upload a presentation from your computer. I have the presentation I want to use in a folder on my computer, so I'm going to drag the presentation over from the folder on my computer to import the slide into my Google Slides presentation. Once it uploads, I can choose the slides I want to use and then press Import Slides. You may notice that some fonts or layouts are slightly different and you might need to make a few quick edits. This also placed my slide at the very end. I can move it to be the first slide by clicking and dragging it to the top. On this slide, I'm going to add links to the specific lessons so students can navigate quickly to the lesson they want to see. Inserting a link to another slide is similar to inserting a link to a web page. The slides in the presentation will show up below and you'll be able to choose the slide you want to link to. Every time I would add a new lesson in the slide presentation, I would link to it in this first slide. I found it easier to use the dates because it was simple for my students to see what we talked about on a specific date. To share the presentation, you could add contributors to your Google Slide and allow them to make edits and comments to the slides like you saw with Google Docs. You could also have them only have permissions to view it. Click on the Share button to set the permissions and copy the link to the presentation. This could be sent in an email or posted in Canvas for students to access. To make this accessible without a link, you could embed the entire presentation in Canvas. Many teachers use a slide like this as their homepage in their Canvas course. If you want to show this slide to the class, you can click on the Present button. In presentation mode, you can click through the slides using the spacebar or your mouse, and you can also view your notes. You also have the opportunity to have the students participate in a live Q&A, which is a great feature for getting responses from students during a presentation. If you like to use PowerPoint, you'll be happy to know that you can download the entire presentation as a PowerPoint file by clicking on the File menu and then selecting Download As. So now you know how to design and edit a basic presentation in Google Slides. We approach this example from the teacher's perspective, but keep in mind that students or groups of students could do something very similar to create an interactive digital notebook for a unit or a variety of other ideas. Hopefully this example has helped you see how slides can be used for something more than just a presentation.